There are certain sounds on this earth that you don't hear with your ears, but with your soul. In the freezing winter of 2026, atop the jagged peaks of Cortina d'Ampezzo, the sound echoing through the valley was not just the howl of the wind or the cracking of ice. It was the final cry of a spirit that refused to accept boundaries, a spirit that used pain as its primary fuel. Lindsey Vonn may be lying in the snow, but what lies within that white silence is not a defeat. It is the silent oath of one of the greatest wills history has ever witnessed. At 41 years old, attempting a comeback that the medical world called impossible, with a prosthetic knee and an ACL injury sustained just 10 days prior, is not madness. It is a champion's final answer to destiny. Because true legends don't know when to stop. They only know how to rise from the cold ground, stronger than before. Lindsey Vonn's story is not a biography written on paper. It is an epic of resistance written with her own body. When you look at her, you don't see just an athlete. You see a fortress that has stood firm through years of brutal warfare. Months spent on operating tables, surgical scars etched into her skin like a map, and metal pins holding her bones together. For most, these scars are valid reasons to walk away. But for Lindsey, they are metals more precious than any one on the slopes. When she hung up her skis in 2019, the world thought an era had ended. Everyone knew her place could never be filled, that the mountains had been left orphaned. But she didn't return to conquer just trophies or titles. She returned to conquer her own limits. To face those lethal speeds again with a prosthetic knee is an absolute victory of human will over biological boundaries. She is a phoenix that rises from the ashes every single time, with wings more brilliant than the last. Words often fail to describe the magnitude of a legend, but the numbers are there to bear witness to a magnificent legacy. Dozens of victories, 4 overall World Cup titles, and the shimmering Olympic gold in her collection. Lindsey Vonn proved in every race, in every descent, that she was not just the greatest of her time, but one of the greatest of all time. Yet what truly defines Lindsey is not those 82 victories, the dusty trophies, or the heavy medals around her neck. What makes her a legend is the profound respect she paid to the price of that summit. For those seconds we watched in awe, she sacrificed years of her life. Every time she fell, every second she was told, "It's over," she returned with even more hunger. She didn't just win through talent, she seized victory through an unshakable character and a will as hard as rock. The Olympia delle Tofane Track, 2026. This is not just a race course, it is a battlefield. And on this field stands a miracle. Prosthetic knees, bones shattered dozens of times, ligaments and tendons strained beyond belief. And on top of it all, a severe injury just 10 days ago that would stop a normal human from even standing up. The world held its breath when they saw Lindsey at the start of that white peak. This was not a show. This was a soul commanding its body one more time. It was a love letter, deeper than words can describe, to the sport of skiing, to the lethal rush of speed, and to life itself.
On that left knee, because these are the types of times that are going to go down. Lindsey Vonn is down, and a big crash from Lindsey Vonn.
That final crash is not a failure. It is like the noble last breath of a warrior on the front lines, sword in hand. At an age where everyone told her to sit down and rest, Lindsey Vonn chose to be in the place she loved most, the heart of the mountains. The woman lying in the snow was whispering one thing to us all. Glory is not just shining at the top of the podium. Glory is the ability to fight until the very end for your dreams, no matter the cost. Lindsey Vonn made the snow tremble one last time. She etched her name into the pages of history not just as a champion, but as the Queen of Will. She didn't just cross the ocean, she became the ocean itself. A legend never truly says goodbye. She simply leaves her place to a new generation of dreamers who will look at the tracks she left behind. Thank you, Lindsey, for showing us that impossible is just a lie told by those who didn't try hard enough.